So, I know I said what this episode was going to be. Slight change of plan. How you doing, everybody, and welcome to part 30 of Club 3 here on MyCareer on FM23. I'm Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, where I'm going to throw you back to past Stu, who was playing the West Bromwich Albion game and had an epiphany towards the end of said game about what the point of showing certain games was. So, with that in mind, over to you, past Stu. How you doing, guys? This is Stu from the past. I'm just playing the West Brom game, so literally it's about 10 minutes after I finished recording the last episode, and it's, I'm going to assume, a few minutes before I start recording the episode you're currently watching. I've paused here because we're 2-0 up. If we look at the table, which I haven't changed yet, 2 games to go. That's an unassailable lead, so we are about to win the Premier League. And I wanted you guys to be here for it. Now, I'm assuming we're going to get a trophy celebration. If we don't, I might not leave this in the edit, possibly. But it's looking good. It's looking good. We have been all over West Brom in this game, but we took a long time to break the deadlock. But we finally did, and then we got a second. And we are looking far more comfortable now. We got a clean sheet as well. I'll be even happier. But the whistle should go any moment. We are waiting for it to go. Referee, blow it when you want. Guardian, I mean, we've not got Lavia on the pitch, but we have got Ward-Prowse on the pitch. And there it is. Premier League has been won. Fantastic. Oh, the Man United game worried me a little bit. The start of this one where we just could not get that first goal, that worried me as well. But we are going to be winning it. I think it is Lavia still who's going to lift it. But James Ward-Prowse will be seeing out his final season with us. Final season as a footballer, as a 2-time Premier League winner. Awesome. That makes me really happy. We've done it away from home. We've done it at the Hawthorns. But I don't really care. We'll be bringing that trophy back to St Mary's with us. You can guarantee that. Superb. We are double winners this season. We have won the Carabao Cup. We have won the league. We have got the Champions League final to come. So, utter madness. I am now debating, I'll be honest, whether to even bother with the last 2 games of the season or whether to go to Champions League final. I'm actually thinking we go to the Champions League final. No point showing you the final 2 games of the season because they don't mean anything. We've just won the league. Pinamonti and Cresswell with the goals. Cresswell, in what might be one of his final appearances for us, with a James Ward-Prowse assist as well. That just hits you in the good stuff, doesn't it? But yeah, I think actually the intention was to show you this before showing you the Newcastle game. I think I'm going to show you this and then go to the Champions League final. I haven't fully decided. Future Stu will decide that. I say Future Stu, one in about 10 minutes time. But back to you, Future Stu. You're a Premier League champion. Thank you very much for that pass, Stu. Thank you very much indeed. So with that in mind, let's just go to where we currently are. Champions League final day. There was no point in showing you the final 2 games because we'd won the title. I didn't see a reason for it. I'm very glad I didn't show the Newcastle game because we got spanked 4-1 by Newcastle, but we did win 3-2 against Leeds to close the season out. Orlando getting the top goal scoring record for the Premier League this season, which was very, very nice to see. Let's go over and show you the stats of the season. So Orlando was the top goal scorer. Shoulder Up finished 2nd in terms of average rating. Lethan finished 3rd, and it was 1st and 2nd for those 2 as well in assists. And in terms of game players of the match, it was 7 for Lethan, 7 for Orlando. And in terms of clean sheets, it was a 5th place for Hoy and Howe, which isn't too bad until you consider that Carnesecchi got double the amount of clean sheets in less games. I am starting to think a goalkeeper upgrade might be necessary for next season if we are here. On the subject of if we are here, I might have applied for a job, and that job is the Chelsea job. I saw it come available, and I just thought, do you know what? Let's throw one in. I'm not expecting to get it. At this point, I'd like to think I'd be within a chance to get it. I mean, I'm a 4.5-star manager. I've won plenty of trophies at this point. I'd like to think I'd be within a shout of it. But we are keeping an eye on other jobs as well that are going to become available. Liverpool and Man City, both again are insecure. Sevilla is insecure as well. I don't know how big they are necessarily in terms of what we'd like to do. But Dortmund is as well. I'd like Dortmund. If I'm honest, I would really like Dortmund. So we'll see what happens with that. But I just wanted to quickly show you that. In terms of a few player awards as well, let me see if I can remember them. Obviously, we know Orlando got the Golden Boot. Shoulder Up got the Players Player of the Year, got the Writers Player of the Year as well. Jay Leathan got Young Player of the Year too. And we had a bunch of players in the Team of the Season. I don't know whether Team of the Season will be up here. Oh, it should be actually, if I can show you it. Where is it? Team of... Goal of the Season. Can we not see Team of the Season? That's a bit of a shame. I'd like to show you Team of the Season. But... looks like I can't, but I can show you the Footballer of the Year. There it is. Andreas Shoulder Up winning that for us, which is fantastic. I am also Manager of the Year. I've been Manager of the Year every season I've been here. Take that, Pep and Jurgen. Take that, sirs. Take that. Players Team of the Year, that's the one. So, as you can see, we have got a number of players in here. Badiashile and Fofana, I mean, they're the wrong way around, but whatever. Joe Veloso gets in the middle with Shoulder Up. I'm surprised Veloso is there, but it does justify putting him in midfield, I think. And obviously, Orlando is there, along with Evan Ferguson, who might be my white whale of the series. I really want to get Evan Ferguson. I just think, other than his dribbling, oh my word, I'd have some fun with him. I really would. But yeah, that is the Team of the Season. I just mainly wanted to show you that. Also, have we got Young Player of the Season on here? Players Young Player? Yeah, Jay Leathan. There he is. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'll show you that. But Jay Leathan is the Young Player of the Season. Still no England caps, but it is a matter of time. Who wants him, actually? Let's have a look. Chelsea wants him. They're preparing for my arrival. They're not, but of course I'm going to say that. But here we are. It is time for... final game of the season, the Champions League final, which is utterly ridiculous. And it might be the final game we play at Southampton if we get the Chelsea job. It might not be, and I've already got some things in mind in terms of what I want to do with this squad. But we are going into the game, the Champions League final, and seeing what we can do. I haven't got a Seuss ready. I haven't got a tie ready. We're just going to go into the game, and this is the 11 that we're going to be using. It is Hoyenhal in goal, Livramento, Fofana, Badiashile and Thomas in defence, Veloso and Lavia in the middle, with Leathan, Kuchiyara and Shoulder Up supporting Orlando up front. Kuchiyara was out for the last few games of the season. In fact, he missed all 3 of them, the last league games, because of a red card in the Manchester United game. So he missed West Brom, he missed Newcastle, and he missed Leeds because it got extended from 1 game to 3, which was a shame. But he is as fresh as a daisy. Sharpness isn't quite there, but it is what it is. We'll make it work, and we've always got Veloso who can go there as well. So let's get into this game, and let's see what we can do. I mean, we've done it before. We've shocked the world before. We have won every trophy that we've competed for so far in this save. Probably not the Johnson's Plate Trophy or whatever it's called. The FA, you know what I mean. The FA Trophy, that one. Don't think we won that one. And I think one of the promotions we didn't win. We just got promoted. But my point being, since we've been at Southampton, every trophy we've competed for, except for this one, we have won. We have the chance to do that today against a very good AC Milan side who survived like a comeback worthy. Oh my word, we've gone ahead. It's a horrible own goal, I think, from Pedro Neto, but they're double checking for an offside. They're double checking for an offside. There is no offside. We lead by a goal to 0, and it's Orlando who gets his 45th of the season, which puts him level. And I'm sorry, Southampton fans, I don't know the name. It came up as a stat in an email that 45 goals in a season in all competitions is like the level of like a Southampton legend. I apologise that I can't remember the name of that person, but that puts him level on 45 goals. That's insane, and we've done it so early on, which does worry me a little bit, I've got to be honest with you, but good going, boys. And it's Orlando, who we brought in to be the Pinamonti replacement. Pinamonti's still done a job for us this season, but Orlando has stepped up in big moments, and this is the biggest of moments. Right, Tonali into Neto, Neto into Odegaard. That is a sumptuous goal. That is superb from Milan to counter-back. Odegaard playing as a striker today. Very unusual, and they've got Leao out wide instead of up front. So an unusual tactic for Milan, but it's working for them. And it is 1-1, which is not ideal from us. But Tonali to Neto, Neto to Odegaard, one-touch football, beautiful. Even I've got to appreciate that. Absolutely superb. A headed goal for Odegaard as well. The defence are not happy. They're anxious because of how easily they got cut apart there. I'm going to encourage the entire team. Let's just settle ourselves down a little bit. Right, good block there from Thomas, from blocking Neto's cost, but Rafael Leao is there. Big ball forward to Traore, and Traore's made it too. And straight away, we've gone from being a goal up within 20 minutes. It's been 1-0 to us, and now it's 2-1 to them. This is going to be a bit of an end-to-end game. The defence are rocks at the moment, but we have kind of calmed them a little bit, and hopefully now, maybe, we can just get in there and just put the ball in the back of the net. Shoulder up. He just put his foot off the gas there, and I don't really understand why. Tomori to Tonali now, and all of a sudden Milan come again. They are just swarming forward. Odegaard now. Lovely ball sideways. They are just looking like a different level here, but Thomas does a great job at getting the ball out. But Tonali is there. Thomas. And he's given away a penalty, and it's going to be 3-1 unless Hoyenhal can pull out a big boy save. Because this is going to get given as a penalty. Our first Champions League final, and we face the prospect of, within 23 minutes, being 3-1 down. I think it's Odegaard who is going to take it. It's not. It's Theo Hernandez of all people. But he puts it in the back. Is it Theo Hernandez? I'm assuming it's Theo Hernandez. It is Theo Hernandez. And he has made it 3-1. And we have got it all to do now. Right, one thing I am going to try and do. I'm going to try and push them a little bit more. We're just going to try and press them into their half a little bit. And just see whether we can just get control of the game a little bit more. I mean, our backline is just not in a confident way. But Shoulder Up has pulled one back. The Premier League player of the season, undisputed player of the season, has got one back for us. It's 3-2. What a back and forth game this is. We led by a goal. We were 2-1 down. It's 3-2 now. What is next? Are we going to get an equaliser? Because the momentum has swung back to us. My goodness, there's a lot of poor performances out there for us. Sandro Tonali and Arabarena, couldn't say that then. Both having bad games for Milan as well. But we get into half time. Dig in. Right. What on earth do we say to these boys? Not happy with your performance. Calm yourself down. Not happy with your performance. Forward line, you're doing okay. I need you to calm down. And I've just wrecked Cucciara, which is excellent. Right, we're going to have to make some subs because the back line really are not having a good time. Livramento, although he's not playing very well, I'm going to move him over to the left and bring Jimenez on. And then I'm going to bring on Guardian, who I did toy with starting, and we ended up not doing that. Veloso and Livia are not having good games. I am tempted to leave Veloso on. And Livia's going to come off for Veenstra. That seems like a weird one, but Veenstra is just... He's so much better than I give him credit for. Like, star racing wise and just in general, he is a good player. So, let's give him the opportunity. We're going to go attacking. And I'm going to fire them up. Come on, boys. Come on. That's not had the response that I wanted it to. But we are getting chances. Our XG is higher than theirs. Our passing is a little bit sloppy. Our possession's not quite as good. But we are giving them a good fight. We're only the 1 goal behind. Come on, boys. Let's just get another goal. And I think we've got a free kick here. Cucciara looking for one of the lads at the far post. Can't find them. But it's Carmen Guardian. Is it Carmen? I've forgotten his first name. But it's Guardian who's gone and got an equaliser for us. We're not in Istanbul, but we are having a wonderful, wonderful comeback. I've used the Lazarus comparison before. I can't... Well, a comeback comparable to Liverpool in 2005. And it's Chiamen. It's Chiamen. He's gone and scored in the Champions League final, the equalising goal. But now, Milan have something to chase. Because they want to go ahead again. Odegaard into Traore. Traore out wide to Pedro Neto. Out wide to Kalulu. Kalulu's going to look for options. Gets forward to Traore. Traore holds the ball. Crosses it in into Odegaard. But Hoyenhal manages to get there. Fofana just with the little touch as well. Livramento is having the worst day of his life. I don't actually think I have anyone who can play as a left back. I mean, apparently Tapia can. He really can't. I dispute it heavily. He really can't. Guardian can't. I don't think Jimenez can. Jimenez is terrible there. Don't really want to bring Tapia on in that position, if I'm honest. Can Cresswell play there? Not really. If you're wondering why we don't have a backup left back on the bench, it's because he's injured. The one injury that we've got, and it's the one injury that's really making me question a lot here. We're going to have to leave Livramento on for now and just hope that he doesn't make too many mistakes going forward. Lethan's not had a good game. I am going to bring him off for Cole Palmer. And we'll just see whether we can push them and get a winning goal. Or whether we stuff up. Because we could stuff up. Right, Livramento, who remember having a poor game. Ball forward, looking for Orlando. Can't find him. But Cucciara can't intercept either. Rooney Bargi now into Traore. Odegaard looking for Traore again. But Jimenez intercepts. Veloso now, who himself has not had a good game, gives the ball away. He is tiring. That might be our final change. Theo Hernandez, who scored that penalty that made it 3-1, remember. Going down that left-hand side, looking for options. Gets it into Rooney Bargi, into Odegaard, Traore, and he's blasted it over the bar. The AC Milan manager will be furious with him. We've got to take Livramento out off on a 6.2. He's gone down to 6.1. I cannot trust him. We're bringing Tapia on. He's the recommended player. I know he's not playing in a good position. I'm just going to say that one. Just do what you can. Do what you can, Diego. And we look like we're going to injury time. Well, we're not even injury time. We're going to added time. We're going to extra time. We are doing a Liverpool. We're going to extra time in the Champions League final. Oh, my word. Right. Well, I'll say that I'm happy. I won't go that far. I'm feeling many emotions right now. Oh, boy. Right. What do we say to these boys to motivate them? Not happy with your performance. Come on, motivate you. Here. Trust you. That's helped him. Right. And I think we get one more change. One more change. So, Veloso is the tiredest. Along with Cucciara shoulder up. Just thinking, do we bring off Veloso because he's nervous as well as not playing very well? And I'm thinking, do we bring James Ward-Prowse on? Because that feels like a bit of a gamble. But it's the only one of those changes that makes sense because everyone else is an attacking midfielder. Yeah, I think we bring James Ward-Prowse on as the playmaker. And then we've got a set-piece specialist for everyone when they're tired. That feels like the thing to do. James, vice captain, go out there and make me proud. Come on. Come on, boys. If we do leave, what a way this would be to sign off. Even if we... Orlando's in. Orlando's in. Oh, my God. Orlando didn't take the chance. Oh, God. Even if we don't win and we do leave, this is still an amazing achievement for us to get to this point. And even if we stay, it would still be amazing. It would be something to chase. But... Orphan Fofana. Neto now on the ball. Looking for Nunez. Can't find him, but Rosas gets on the ball instead. Into the middle. Back to Nunez. Nunez goes all the way back to Skriniar, who's now at AC Milan. Going on a tour of Milan, apparently. Right, Rooney Bargi. And looking for that killer ball. But Cucciara with the tackle finds Orlando. And now we come forward again. And it's Cole Palmer. And Cole Palmer, who's been misplaced from the team. Displaced from the team. Whatever that word is. By the wonder kid that is Jay Lethan. Has come off the bench. And has scored a goal that puts us ahead in extra time in the Champions League final. Wow. I do not believe what I've just seen. Wow. Okay. Might be about to win the Champions League. I really wish I had my Lego trophy so I could hold it up. Still got a whole half of added time to go. There could still be a twist in this tale. Cucciara is dead on his feet. We might have to consider taking him off because he will not be able to do anything at this point in an attacking sense. I don't want to do that, but we might have to consider taking him off. He's absolutely dead. Rossas is coming dangerously forward here, looking for options. Rossas cuts inside, puts it over. Oh my word. That was a worry. That was a worry. Right, that is half time of extra time. We go into the next half. I am going to make a tactical change. Vinstra is coming down here, and he's going to be a halfback. Ward-Prowse is going to stay there. Cucciaro, we're going to drop back a little bit. And we're going to have him be an attacking midfielder going forward. I just want the stability of him a bit further back. I'm going to drop these guys down to support as well. Let's just calm ourselves down. I'm going to go positive. And I think when we get possession, we're going to hold shape and slow the pace down. We don't need to push this. It's AC Milan who do. Just try and control the game a little bit more and have the ball in possession a bit. Right, Vinstra to Tapia. Tapia now. Back to Guardian. Guardian to Fofana. Fofana to Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse in his final game of football. It's through to Orlando. And Orlando has surely sealed it. It's 5-3 in the Champions League final. I wish I wore a tie. I wish I wore a tie. I wish I wore a suit, but particularly a tie. Fofana to Ward-Prowse, and it's James Ward-Prowse with not even an assist. He's got like the second assist if you count that. Oh no, the third assist. He had nothing to do with it, but it was a nice pass. And Orlando buries it. And with that, I think he scores the most goals for Southampton in the season, at least according to the game. We can have a look at that afterwards. And that's before we did the tactical change. We have now done the tactical change, where we're now going to try and hold out. They need 2 goals. They have not got enough time, I don't think, to get 2 goals. And it's not the treble, but we've just won a treble. I mean, we won one last season, but we've won a different type this season. We've just won the bloody Champions League. With Southampton. Huh? I'm staggered. I'm genuinely staggered. I thought we were done for in the Arsenal game. You guys know that I thought that. I thought we were done for in the Arsenal game. But then we go and do that. And when you look at the stats, yes, our passing wasn't as good. Yes, our possession wasn't quite as good. But we deserve that for chances. We deserve it for on target. We deserve it for XG. We did it with less corners. And Orlando shows up in the biggest game possible. And Tapia to come on the pitch and play left back, a position he cannot play, and get a 7.2 in the Champions League final. Of all of the games to do it in, that's quite special. Yes, it's only a 7.2, but when you bear in mind he can't play left back, oh my word, we've just won the Champions League. Outstretched arms. Bit happier, boys. Wow. Wow. Yeah, we've just done that. Well, if we weren't looking to lead before, if we decided to now, that's going to give us a bit more stock, surely. We've actually technically won a quadruple with the Community Shield. With Southampton! What is this nonsense? Oh my word. Give me a minute. Okay, I've had my minute. I've had my minute. What utter nonsense is that? Right, so that was the objective of the save. The objective of the save was to start at non-league, work our way up, and win the Champions League with a club. With restrictions. If you don't know, if you've jumped on this save at some point during the Southampton save, or if you didn't start at the beginning, first episode lays out the rules. But the objective was to win the Champions League. However, that is not the end of the series, because we do have a bonus objective, and that bonus objective is to become the first manager in history, I think it still will be, to win the Champions League with more than 2 clubs. We've done it with 1, Southampton. The record is currently jointly held by Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Otmar Hitzfeld, and Jupp Heinkes. Heinkes? I can't get names right. Those 4 guys, they've won it with 2. Jose Mourinho, who's he won it with? He didn't win it with Chelsea, did he? He won it with Porto and Inter Milan. Carlo Ancelotti, he won it with... Did he win it with Chelsea, or was that... No, that was Di Matteo, and then it was Tuchel, wasn't it? He won it with... I want to say Real... He won it. I know he's won it twice. I remember Wikipediaing it. We know Mourinho has done it. We know Carlo's done it. We know they've all done it with 2 clubs. Our aim now is to become the first manager in history to do it with 3 clubs. Now, that's a big ask, I know. However, we've just done it with Southampton. How hard can it be? But that does mean now there's more of a reason for us to leave Southampton, because we've done the objective. In order for us to complete the bonus objective, we do need to actually move clubs. It's literally part of the objective. So hopefully Chelsea come to us and say, yes, Stu, we want you to come on board. That would be lovely. I mean, we're one of the top English managers, apparently, which is great. That will help us. We're a wonder maker as well. I mean, 113 million for Kuchiyara. Guardian's being watched, 76 million. We inspired Southampton, apparently. Lots of money's been paid out. We're the biggest surprise, obviously. Biggest overachievers because we won the thing. I mean, we've got to be at least an icon. Favoured personnel. That stings. That stings a little bit. Maybe that'll update. I don't know. But what we've done for this football club, I think, is incredible. So, we are now looking towards the future. So, if we cannot leave Southampton, I think we do need to make a decision. Because the objective is win the Champions League with more than 2 clubs, we do kind of need to force a move out. I'm going to see what happens with the Chelsea job offer. Well, the job application. If we get an interview, then I think we'll see what happens with that. And then if we don't get it, I might consider leaving Southampton. I know that sounds like a weird thing. However, a club might be more inclined to come in for us. We do not have a compensation attached. I mean, our current contract, we have a look, runs until the end of not next season, but the season after. That's going to have a hefty whack of money on it. So, let's see what happens with that. But that is the end of this episode and also the end of this season. We will be coming back for the transfer special. We will round up the season there. What a season it was, by the way. And then we'll go forward and we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to try and focus a bit more on Southampton this summer. Last season, I was determined we were going to leave. Not going to do that this year because that's where the problems arose. So, I will see you next time for the season review and for getting Southampton ready for the next season. But we'll see what happens with Chelsea. We'll see if any other jobs come up. And we'll see whether we can move clubs. But until then, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, and how could you not, please leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free. And it does mean a lot to me if you do. And you won't miss any content coming on the channel in the future as well. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.